Hey everybody, Tom here again from HID Projectors. We're going to do another question of the day. This time we're talking about projectors, specifically what projector do I need, and we're also going to cover what's the right one for you. So this could be relevant if you're looking to build a set yourself, or relevant if you're just a little confused by what's out there in the market. So keep in mind, everybody's going to try to sell you something, right? This is 2024. For the most part, if you're buying from a reputable company, their projectors are probably pretty good, right? So it's likely coming down to, do you want HID? Do you want LED? What size do you want? And how are you going to mount them? So I brought a couple of projectors here with me. This is a HID projector. This one happens to be a D1S. And you can tell here's your D1S bulb. It's going to come to the back and it's got a built-in igniter. So you're going to have a hard time installing something like this. This is what we would call a nut and bolt install. So similar to what you'd see in a Porsche Cayenne, this is an upgrade that we do, and we swap these out for a newer version that's going to have a better focus point. But the components inside are roughly the same. 3-inch projector. This one is going to have a nut and bolt install. What does that mean for you if you're a DIY person? That you're going to have to cut the back of your housing, line up these bolts, create a bracket, do a bunch of work. So as far as output is concerned, fantastic projector. They're all going to be great, right? What we're looking for, at least in my opinion, since I've built thousands of lights, I've been doing this since the 90s, is what's going to give me the best output and have a good reliable install, right? So kind of the easier install. This wouldn't be it. Unless you're upgrading like a Cayenne, for example, that already uses this, already has the brackets, you're swapping it out for the exact same mounting points with an upgraded version, then yeah, that's exactly what you want. You don't want to do anything else. But if you're a DIYer that wants to put something like this in a Nissan Xterra or a Nissan Frontier, this isn't the one I would recommend. So you could also step up to a D2S projector. Very similar design. I mean, you're talking from here above is basically the same thing. The difference here is where the bulb mounts for the most part. This one is what we call a threaded shaft. So that means it can mount inside the housing, and then there's some hardware that comes along with that secures the projector with the shaft instead of the mounting points. Now you can also mount them here as well. So again, another upgrade that we would do for a customer that might have pre-existing headlights that follow this mounting pattern, okay? And you go to a D2S. So our SR6 projector, which is what this is a great upgrade for the Volvo P2R cars. We use the threaded shaft to mount those, and then we use a D2S projector, or D2S bulb rather, and that will also correspond and plug right in to the customer's existing ballast and wiring, so the computer doesn't know any different. Now, if you're going from a halogen setup, most of the time you're going to probably get talked into, at least from me, into an LED setup. The installation is easier. Sometimes they're more compact. This one here is a 2.5-inch projector that we have. This is our own branded projector. And then it also installs with a threaded shaft. So it's an easier, smaller threaded shaft compared to the size of the D2S SR6 projector, which needs a larger diameter to fit the bulb, right? This is a smaller diameter, which means you can fit it in different places. This goes right into our DIY kits for a lot of our 7-inch lights. And it's shorter, it's narrower, it's shallower, it fits easier, right? It weighs less, so you have less of an issue of anything kind of being supported in there. All in all, this is probably your best and easiest install. It also comes in a 3-inch version, but you know, for what it's worth, this is what we use 95% of the time for customer builds. So if I'm talking to a customer and they're saying, hey, I read online that such and such a brand is the best one, at the end of the day, most of these things are coming from the same manufacturers, so I wouldn't worry too much about the brand that you're buying from, but rather who you're buying from. And are they trying to sell you a product that is in their best interest, or are they trying to sell you a product that's in your best interest? So what I want to do when you guys call me up is we'll say, hey, what's your price point? What are you trying to get out of this? What are you trying to install it into? How much work you want to do? And then let's decide which one of basically these two options is going to be best. Now, if you guys look at some of our older videos, you'll see I've tested a ton of different projectors, and we do all the lux readings, and we test them from different angles and different distances, and we look at the hotspot, we look at the width and all that spread. The reality of it is we've come so far in the aftermarket projector world that they're all really good, right? So try to figure out which one is going to fit your budget and is going to fit your build. So if that's my best advice to you guys. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a good LED setup now, which is a far cry from what I would have said probably 5 or 6 years ago. So keep that in mind. 2 years from now, I might have a different video coming out with a different suggestion. But if you guys are on the fence about what to do, give me a call. That's what we're here for. Leave a message, leave a comment. I'll reply right to you, and we'll figure out what's best for you. Thanks for watching.